Hi everyone, and welcome to Sparkles, the channel where we try not to make a mess, but usually make one anyways. So tonight's Sunday. It's the end of the weekend, and the weekend's usually pretty hectic for me because I have my daughter full time, and well, toddlers are very busy people. So, end of Sunday, I've wrapped up a family dinner, and I'm just getting ready to unwind. What am I doing tonight? I'm getting a jump start on Christmas. I'm making up some Christmas gift tags that I will use for gift giving this season. I happen to have some paper left over from a Michael's Holiday Fun, I want to say. There's probably a holiday shimmer in there. There were 2 or 3 different Michael's holiday packs that I just had paper left in all of them, and I grabbed what was appropriate and mostly just tried to use stuff up. I don't feel like going ahead and trying to create something. My brain's too fried, so I'm just going to do nice simple work. So I've got a bunch of black circles that I've cut out, and then small white circles that fit in it. That nothing is by any means 100% perfect, but these are just going to go on the gifts that I give. So there's lots of tags, because one of the things that I will do is I will probably tuck a set of gift tags in for people as gifts. So I make a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and glue all of the white circles onto the black circles. And I don't have enough here to finish the stack of tags that I've cut out. I just made up a pattern on a cutting machine and used that. Like I said, the circles are imperfect because they were mostly just printed and cut. Sometimes even less than that. We don't talk about how that happened, but you know, I made circles. And so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and glue those down, and when that's done, I will come back with you, and we'll talk about the next step, which is that I'm going to take those and glue them onto the little snowflake shapes back there. And each one of them, you'll see, has a punch in it, and I will attach some fine twine with that to make it look cute. So we're just using the Eileen's Quick Dye Tacky Glue. I like wet glue a lot, mostly because of the pricing on it. It goes a lot further for what you pay for than a lot of the tape runners or the glue dots. It's also available at my craft store and sometimes at my dollar store, and so it's easy to pick up. When a lot of stuff doesn't tend to be super available. I live in the north, so that's a factor. And yeah, so lots of fun. We're going to be relaxing tonight, watching some historical documentaries and doing some nice simple glue piecing, and just chilling. I'll be back with you later. Okay, so now I have all of my white centers glued into my black circles. So what I'm going to do is glue them onto these backgrounds, and looking at the paper, I'm almost positive the 2 sets were probably Winter Wonderland and Holiday Fun. They would have been Michael's $6 paper pads. They're actually not thick enough for tags, so I am going to have to back them with some white paper as well, just in plain cardstock, but one step at a time. So gonna go ahead and get these all done up, and we'll go from there. Okay, so now I'm done getting as far as I think I'm reasonably gonna get for tonight. The astute of you will have noticed that the size of the center didn't make sense for the size of the snowflake. Here I like to make a lot of mistakes. I double and triple checked that I had all my pieces matched together before I started, because I had 3 designs planned out. and I'll be working on the other designs over the next little bit. But I glued about a dozen of them together because there's nothing like repeating a mistake to really entrench it before you notice it. Hi, my sarcastic side. Yes, I made a mistake again. And I'm glad I didn't catch it on video, but I glued about a dozen of them together, and then I looked at them and I thought, why didn't I make the centers bigger? And I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, no, I would not have left a tiny center with a big outside that didn't make any sense. And so finally I went to look at some of the other stuff I have stacked up to work on, and I realized I had somehow or other managed to mismatch the centers and the outsides. So, needless to say, I uncrafted about a dozen of them. The glue was still wet, so I was able to take them back apart, and the area where the glue touched is going to be covered by the other center, so I'm not too worried. And like I said, these are for my own personal gifts, so I'm an imperfect person, and what I make is imperfect as well. So I grabbed the other pieces, and I like these because I had set them up because they remind me of like little Christmas flowers. So now it makes a lot more sense because the center and the white actually fits. So I've got, and there are 4 of each one so far. And like I said, I've got 3 patterns. So we've got some colors, some stripes, some candy canes, some that have words on them, just patterns that I thought wouldn't look too horrible when they were cut up into little random pieces. These ones are Christmas houses. This one here is like skates and trees. And this one here is more trees in different colors. So yeah, and then the name will just go into the center of the tag. And once I put the ties on it and backing, because that paper's a little floppy for me, so I'm gonna back them with some cardstock, and I'll come back and show you when they're completed. I'll probably do a video once I've got all 3 shapes done, although we'll see, maybe I'll video doing some of the other shapes as well. Yeah, so I think they're really cute. I don't know. If anybody likes them, let me know. I'm more than happy to share the pattern. It's just something I came up with, so it's nothing fancy. But yeah. And in case anyone was wondering, the white and black cardstock are just, I buy the reams off Amazon, and it's the digital, I want to say. It's 110-pound cardstock, and just in the 8.5 by 11. It's just, I find it the cheapest way to get a decent amount of really heavy cardstock. Buying it in 12 by 12 sheets. I don't need 12 by 12s often. I'm cutting pieces out. So if I'm able to use a smaller sheet and get a better price, that's what I do. And then, like I said, these were just the $6 books from Michaels. I don't love the weight of them. I think they're really thin, but the patterns are okay, and if you're willing to glue more stuff to stuff. So yeah, I think they turned out. If you like them, go ahead and let me know. You can always hang out on my channel too. I'm just here sharing what I'm crafting because crafting keeps me sane, and I think there's something to be said for recognizing that you don't have to be perfect or professional to do a good enough job to be proud of yourself. So thank you, have a good night, and I hope you had a great weekend.